Hello, happy health habits, happy hour time. We have Wendy back today. Margot's coming online. Elaine's going to be late. Mary's here. Deb's back. Kathy, so we'll have some more people coming in. Carrie, like I was saying, Carrie is in Ecuador, probably not having internet, looking for a new place to live. So I'm not sure if we'll see her popping in
Hmm.
and out or not.
Wow.
And what, as to Wendy, your point, we will we have a new email system that we don't have quite up and running yet. So bear with us, be patient, because it's definitely not, we're not ready. We got to get a new template and things like that going on. So and I just lost my PowerPoint. So let me pull it back up. So it is
While
what
you're doing that, while
yes.
you're doing that, Sandra sent a note saying she tried to join. She's still in Las Vegas, but she sent a beautiful picture of where she is. She apparently couldn't get on Zoom. So,
Oh, she sent hold up the photo if you can. We'd love to see it.
uh, yeah, let me try to see if it's big enough.
I
Nope,
don't see.
that's,
Yeah, I can't.
yeah, you can't make it out because of the stupid light I have so that you can see me.
Mhm.
Sorry, but it's your instant
Oh,
message
that's nice that she
ring.
actually sent that. That's awesome. Well, and now I lost my PowerPoint and I don't know what happened to my folder. It is missing. This is really, hmm. Well, I guess I guess we'll just be what on earth happened to my folder where I keep it? And the whole folder's gone. That's not good. Wow. Alrighty then. We are really just punting today here, aren't we? Yep, my whole folder's gone. So somehow I lost the link, in which case, all right. Well, we'll just be talking. No
And
problem.
Amy, did you send out the agenda? Because I never got one.
No,
Okay.
Carrie did not send it. She's not been in communication, so I'm not sure about her internet connection.
Okay. Okay.
She's
I mean, I was able to get on, but I just naturally looked for it and thought, now what have I done?
Yeah, no, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. So, okay, so today we have Kathy's on for a little bit and I think yeah, Sharon will be popping in. So today we're talking about leaving before behind and actually establishing after the after, which I love. I absolutely love the subject from Monday. I hope somebody else watched it other than I know Mary did. Um, so let's just start off with hug each other. If we could hug each other, right? We'll give each other a big hug, take some deep breaths and just calm that amygdala all down. I did a live on Monday reminding people that the class I took about plenty of time. Time never slows down. Craziness never goes away. Some crazy goes and new crazy comes, right? Raise your hand if that's what happens to you.
Hmm.
For
Has
sure.
there ever been this magic time where when life slows down, right? When? Right. So the only thing in the class I learned we can do is to calm ourselves down and slow ourselves down. And that's the only way we can buy back time. And that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? We have to slow it down because it just keeps going. And I sent in the group text today, you might want to snag this and download it. That Carrie had sent out something about 1,440 minutes last week. That we all get 1,440 minutes in a week and how we're going to use them is up to us. Every day there's 1,440 minutes in a week. That means we have 1,400 daily opportunities to make a positive impact. And then I saw this ironically at Mayo Clinic in a coffee shop, and it says, this bright new day, complete with 24 hours of opportunities, choices, and attitudes, a perfectly matched set of 1,440 minutes. This unique gift, this one day, cannot be exchanged, replaced, or refunded. Handle with care. Make the most of it because there's only one to a customer. That's cool. That
Yeah.
was really
That's
cool.
good. Yeah.
There's only handle with care. There's only 140, 14, and 44. So if you didn't see the video, you can scroll back. It's in this, or go to the links in the chat. You can go and see that little video on how are you going to spend your 14 and 40 minutes. I brought up just a couple little things before we kind of get into our share. Uh, get the pumpkin drop till the end of the month and prizes to win. I think there's $100 prize maybe, or a $50 prize. I did mine. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did mine already. Sharon's fixing to do hers. I think Mary's got a plan for her next one. I don't know if anyone else is anyone else gonna do it? Roxy, are you doing a pumpkin drop shot?
Yeah, I will do it.
Yay!
I just need to plan to go to a cider, a nice place. Yeah.
There's my pumpkin. So that's happening. Don't forget to get on the plug in the wind calls in at 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. and try those out if you haven't.
I've
then-
done mine. I'll send it to you because I don't know how to get it posted, but I've
don't
got
know
it. Yeah, you know that. But I've got it.
Okay, well, we'll have to work through that.
Yes. I'm a work in progress.
But yes, we will have to work through that. You'll continue to win and learn, right, Margot?
Yes,
We'll
yes.
still learning. And then the other thing is they're doing the 6-week challenges for coaches. They started a reboot for coaches, but I thought what I would do is post just for anybody who's been, kind of on my list of people that are kind of playing around with joining us with the habits of health. Any of your friends and family, what I do is like every 2 weeks through the end of the year. What I'll do is we'll just host a 2-week little focus group. So we'll take the 6 macro habits of health, which we know, and start at the beginning with weight management, number 1. And I thought Monday we could do tracking your food for 2 weeks, just tracking what you eat. If you're already a tracker, great, then it's gonna be easy. If you're not a tracker, this is hard, right? Is anyone here need help with tracking, accountability?
I hate it.
You hate it? It is element number, what is it? Do you guys have it by heart? Number no, it's element number. Anybody know it by heart?
No.
Tracking is the key. Tracking, element 13. There it is. So that's a great habit of health to get into. And so it's one that is really helpful to, keep control of things. So anyone here need help with tracking? I know Wendy says she hates it, so you probably won't participate, right? But
I try, but I don't like to track anything.
you don't like to track?
I just find the OPTAVIA site difficult to track on the app. But I can do it on paper and I should do it. So that's good.
I don't do it on the app. And there are people that I don't care how you track. Use my Fitness Pal, use paper. We have the trackers from some of the challenges that we've had. I use personally the 4x2 tracker. Have you guys seen the paper trackers for OPTAVIA? These trackers are available. They're paper.
Okay.
I
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. This is the one I use on a daily basis. So however you want to do it. Do you track, Mary?
Yes, I am now. I'm back to it. I wasn't. I don't have the 4x2 though. I would like that one.
Yeah, I think you can just Google the form pretty much, or I can send it to you. Let's see if I can even actually put it in the chat or put it here. I can maybe even just kind of link it here if you guys want to download it. But yeah, this is a paper guy if you use whatever you want to use. But anyway, I thought I would kind of spur that on one that would take us through the end of the year, through the holidays, give us something to focus on, and the focus is good through the holiday season, which is danger sugar season, right? maybe tracking water, the next one maybe, or, your would be a good one for eating. And then the third one, I thought maybe doing the habits of healthy mindset, maybe doing, tracking gratefuls for a day, or tracking where you saw yourself being a victim, villain, or hero, like making note of, oh yeah, I saw myself in the hero seat today. I saw myself in the victim seat today. That might be a good one for focus. Where am I partaking in the drama triangle? Number 4, I was thinking for healthy sleep, maybe shutting off technology or whatever it is for you, right? Shutting down early, getting to bed on time. I know Sharon's back on top of that. But so you could pick your own thing. And then for number 5, doing, your daily movement of some sort. So there's lots of things we can do just to stay focused. So and I think friends and family don't want to commit to any big thing. And if you want to invite people to, to join us for these things, great. We'll just have it be a little chat group or something. And whoever's game, why don't you guys just text me or let me know if you're game for the tracking little challenge, and then we'll check in every day and just say, I did it, or here's a picture of my tracker, right? That'll be easy. And just invite anybody you want. We can track any way we want, and we can keep track of it, any way we want, but we can certainly share, that we have a little bit of accountability with it. So I'll find those trackers and I'll send them out to you if you want the paper one. So anyway, that was my idea for kind of keeping strong during the holiday season as a group. All ideas are welcome. And if anybody has, I brought up last time about maybe having people do little interviews, so we can learn more about your story. I don't know if no one's ready for that today, but if you're ready, if you want to, Roxy, I don't know if you're willing to share your backstory with us a little bit, or Deb, I don't know, next week, do you want to just share a little bit of how you got here and why? Or
Are you asking both of us for next week?
Yeah, either of you. Do you guys?
I can do, yeah, that's fine.
You want to? Okay, cool.
I think everybody's heard it pretty much, but
Yeah.
Cool.
maybe they'll hear something new this time.
Yes, I think we always will, because we're always saying something different. And we're always thinking something different. So Monday, leave behind, leave before, behind, and after the after. Who has notes? What did you guys get out of Monday with Nick? He's so great.
I just listening again, because I always listen twice. And sometimes I don't get, I mean, like, it's not that I don't get it, it's just like I don't retain. But yeah, I'm really excited because this
Don't worry, Roxy, I listened twice too.
I'm very excited about this new line that they're gonna make for us, especially thinking of in us. So I was like, I think that's why we really need that. I mean, they're focusing more on the people after, because
Yeah,
I
the
think
after
it's kind of
people.
for us, if we do the program the right way, it's we just lose the weight. But then, after, that's the new challenge. So that's, I mean, like, I love it. I can't wait to for the new line.
I'm excited too. I love the focus on after the after. Love it. And I loved it when Nick said leave before, behind. That's what people really want, right? Nobody wants to go back. Mary, you have to share what you said to me today, because that is classic. Why leaving before or behind is so important. Share what you told me today about your realization now that you're trying to, share what's your win, where are you now in your journey, and what have you learned?
Yeah. To me, I just loved his focus on, the learning is what sustains you. He said that's what's going to keep you going. And you know, for me, I'm learning because, hey, you know, I kept it all off for all those months. I had that 10-pound window that I then it took me about 2 years to get up to the 10 pounds. And then last summer, okay, all the backpacking meals, all the focus kind of, you know, I started running, which made me hungry. Well, guess what? 10 turned to 15. I'm now down 6. I'm now back in my safety space, but this doesn't mean I stop. It means I'm going to go all the way back to 10 more pounds, get to my lowest of low. And now I've learned I'm not giving myself a 10-pound range anymore. That's too much. That 10-pound let me get off track too far. So now I'm going to make my safety space 5 pounds. I won't even, you know, and I love that Craig Blanchett longevity video. That served me well to get the 10 pounds, but yet it's for me, that's too much. So I'm going to get that. I'm learning I lose weight slowly. Why did I let myself get this far gone? Because, you know, this is going to be contending, but hey, I'm down another pound since last week. It's going to be, if it's slow, but we're going to get to the lowest, make the safety space 5 pounds. And I loved his point, you know, on his saying the before and after. The after never happens. The before did. That's our history, but the after never happens because the word somebody used is, this is my continual evolution, not even transition, never maintenance. We are evolving. Where are we going today? What are we going to create for the future? So I loved grabbing onto that evolution word. What's my intention for today that will now flow into my long term?
Great.
Bravo, girl. Love it. Health is not static.
No.
There's no after because it's dynamic. There's no
Correct.
there might be an end weight on the scale, but health is not static. Weight will have a number. Health, not static. Huge difference, right?
Absolutely.
Huge. I love that. You hit the nail on the head. I had all those notes written down. I had a whole page of notes. After 6 years of doing this, I still have a whole page of notes, and now I don't know what I did with them.
And scary fact too, he mentioned, you know, that the medical weight loss, the meds, people are going to be losing as much muscle in their weight loss journey as they will in decades of living. And so, you know, at this age, as much as I want that number on the scale, it's all about maintaining muscle. It's all about gaining muscle. It's so, yeah, we all got to fight for that muscle, meds or no meds. You know, every single one of us got to fight for that muscle maintenance.
Absolutely. 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 There's no question because we are all over 40. So we're all, but I like the point where they're losing more muscle than they would have in decades there with the medications. We are so willing to sacrifice skinny, unhealthy weight loss to be skinny. We're willing to sacrifice our health to be skinny. And it's not going to pay off long term. It's going to be a complete disaster. So, and to Roxy's point,
the reality is that the medical side of it is a crutch. And there are so many people that are so ingrained in their medical model of life that they think they have to have that. And so that's the direction they go, and they don't realize that ultimately, if they could do it 100% naturally, they would be doing their body so much more good. But, you know, better to get them started on something than on nothing. So if their mindset is so directed that way, use it as a stepping stool. But I think that's where it becomes the coach's responsibility to really educate and teach along the way, so you can get them off of that and back.
Like you said, Margot, they're using it not as a tool, but a crutch.
Yeah.
And a crutch, you're gonna like use your whole life that I'm gonna be on this crutch forever. Like these, like the cholesterol pills and the blood pressure and the diabetes pills and all this stuff. It's just right there. It's perpetual. There's no talking about getting off of them.
Yeah.
It's a crutch. It's supposed to be a tool, temporary tool, until you get to after, which Mary just pointed out, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I what else did you get, Margot?
I just the excitement about the way they're moving forward, and it's like the ever thinking process that they have of, okay, we've done this, what can we do next? We came up with the active care for well, it can be for everybody, but for a specific group. Now it's the after, and I think the aftercare is so huge. I wish it had been there for me in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, now
Right.
it's so second nature for me, but that took a lot of work and a lot of ups and downs in the process, where with what they're doing is great. The concept of optimization, you've reached your goal, but that is not your only goal. Your true goal is lifetime health and wellness. So just because you reached a weight number doesn't mean that you have capitalized on everything that you can do to be your best self. And to me, this helps to do it. The transition plan and that, it's all okay, but I never felt it was enough. And this to me takes you forward.
There wasn't enough, there's the structure there, but there's not the support and the simplicity and the
correct.
Right. And now that they'll have some support tools for those phases, it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. And I think the other one that excites me so much is the line that they're coming out with without the soy, because that becomes an easy excuse for people to put it as a barrier why they don't want to move forward. And again,
and the gluten-free, expanding the gluten-free.
And the gluten-free, right. If you can get them to start on that, and again, educate them along the way, it's a winner. So each thing that they're doing is just one more element to helping your clients grow and develop and get to where they really want to go.
Yep. Where they really want to go, which is health and not just weight. Health.
You were talking about the tracker before, and I kind of smiled to myself because I don't do that. I mean, it's so second nature to me now that I just don't. And I know, 2 days ago, I definitely had a meal I hadn't had in 10 years. And it was great for the time. But I knew when it was over that the rest of my week was going to be spent getting myself back on track. And I didn't put on any weight because of it or anything like that. But it was like, okay, that was a good segue, but I could have done without it. I was okay without it, but I did it and it was fine. But again, I know that it's not a matter of I skipped today, so I'll skip tomorrow too.
Right.
My head doesn't even go there. So I skipped today, I double down tomorrow. Because I am never going back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ever.
And like Mary said, now Mary learned that she's not she's going to, the 10-pound window doesn't work. She needs to go back
Right.
to the 5-pound window, and that's the bumper. The bumpers just got smaller on the bowling alley.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a great way to look at it, because
I just
it's
discovered
easy to
that too.
it's easy to get 5 pounds out of control.
Yeah,
It's also easier to get that 5 pounds back in control.
it
But
is.
once you start going over that, then you start that 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Yep.
That becomes your problem.
Yep.
So
That
if
becomes
you
your
give
problem.
yourself that 5-pound window,
Yep.
then you can get through most anything. And
Mhm.
and I think the other thing is I had to get over feeling like I was being deprived of
Mhm.
something, you know, that I could have something different than what the person next to me was having, but that it was okay. It wasn't because I was paying some kind of penalty or whatever. I was just choosing
Mhm.
to eat healthier so I could be healthier.
Mhm.
And as long as I keep that up here,
Yeah.
I'm golden.
If we go back and listen to that social influence one from last week, right? And just
Yeah.
remember that we are all influenced socially, for sure. I was eating,
Yeah.
my parents had dessert every meal, and I was, having bites of their desserts, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Right? I felt
Yeah.
terrible when I got home.
Yeah.
Luckily I didn't gain any weight, but I did, it did just, it made me feel terrible. So, and Margot mentioned, and I have had that experience too, Mary, back to you, bouncing back, is that I absolutely hate having to burn fat. So that's why that 5-pound window for me is my bumper, because I know that I can just make some small changes and not have to go back into fat burning. Right. So for me,
Yeah.
I have learned that lesson. Mary's learning that the hard way too. She's like, this is hard. This is too much hard. I don't want to go back to hard. Right. So I abhor hard so much. I abhor fat burning so much, and dieting and losing fat. I just like keep it there. But then to Margot, once you track unconsciously, competently, you don't need to track what you're putting in your mouth so diligently. Do you guys see the trackers I put in there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, you can download and that the movie that you talked about, Mary, the longevity about the window, I put that in there as well. I love that. But you don't have to track, I don't have to track my food so diligently, as much as I know, I kind of know what I'm, it's my thing, and I'm just, I have my portions, and I'm pretty unconsciously competent about it. But I use my tracker at the bottom for my 5 things that I do that are sacred to me, that I want to do routinely, that I still suck at.
Mm.
So I put it all on one page. So this bottom part right here is where I have my tops, my sacred 5 things I want to do. I want to do my energy bus dance in the morning with my music. I want to do my high five in the morning in the mirror with my movement and meditation time. I want to do my gratitudes and what I could have done better kind of thing, right? And then I also have on there was I grateful, did I stop and be grateful, and ask for direction during the day, and then I have my count to 90 at the end of the day. When I want to eat more, I want to keep eating, no, count to 90. Don't keep eating, count to 90, right? That whole thing. So I put those things because they're not quite consciously incompetent, all of them, right? So those are the more, does that make sense? So you could track something different, Wendy, if you don't want to track food or whatever, you could, whatever, whatever. It just helps you stay accountable to yourself, whatever floats your boat. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So it's
It's
yeah.
what helps you get through the process.
Yeah, and be aware. Yeah, look at all week. I got zeros. I got V for victory, or I got zeros for
Yeah.
okay.
Every week I have a to-do list. And at the
Mhm.
end of the week, I need to look back and know that I did it.
Did it. Yeah. I like to put V's for victory on my things instead of check marks. Like victory, yay.
Yeah, yeah. That you, and sometimes you do it without even realizing it. And that's what's wonderful. Again, like for me, when it becomes automatic.
Yeah, absolutely. The choices become automatic. Like I
Yeah.
didn't even think I ordered the turkey and the vegetables with no potatoes and gravy. No thinking about it. Yep. You know, no agonizing, nothing like that. Wendy, you haven't shared for a long time. You're back. Tell us about what your wins and learns have been. And you've been away for, I don't know, over a month, right? You had some surgery.
Well, I was volunteering every Wednesday, so that was keeping me busy. Took a little break because I had cataract surgery, but I just finished my second eye, so now I'm adjusting and, it's not quite done yet.
And Wendy has had, can I share, you had some severe anxiety around surgeries. And so she was using her breathing techniques, right?
I do not go to doctors because I have white coat syndrome and I literally can have such a panic attack. I run out of there naked and I don't care. Or I throw up. So
Yeah.
I have to work.
We were texting back and forth. I'm like, breathe, do your breathing exercises, do your deepening exercises.
Well, I have some techniques, and yesterday was the second one, and it was a lot less. Well, after I had the first one, I was like better at it and I knew what to expect. But the nurse is like, do you want the TV on? And then they're chatting with me. I'm like, you know what? I just need to close my eyes and go into my pod. I brought earplugs in case I could hear. So she's like, I'll close the door. I'm like, good. I just need to be by myself in silence. Don't try to tell me happy talk. I just need to be in my zone. And I did what I needed to do.
Yeah,
Yourself is the best place to be.
We need to know how to keep Amy quiet in there because we all have that
Yeah.
Amy.
And they're like, oh, she's this unfriendly person. But I'm like, no, and plus it was 6:30 in the morning, which is like way too early to think.
No, this is
I'm
how
like,
I
no,
have stress.
don't try to talk happy talk to me. I just don't. Not the time.
Yeah.
So there was that. And as far as tracking, my thing I need to work on is, I don't know, maybe I am a sugar addict. I'm starting to think, because I always have cookies and that kind of stuff in the house. And I may just start paying more attention and tracking how much like candy I'm mindfully chomping on and cookies and stuff.
There you go. That's great.
Mindlessly.
That is great. Track. And then you could count up, you could just literally actually count up servings maybe or something. And
maybe just to be more in a more mindful way.
Yeah, awareness.
Awareness is key. Yeah, wandering around the house or sitting on the couch, just like,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know, I have a gal who's a client who has been unable to be on a 5-in-1 forever, ever and ever because of her sugar addiction. And she has been 52 days. She worked with Kate and did the craving workshop. 53 or 54 days now without 20-ounce Mountain Dew every day. And I got her to give up her Frappuccino, which was another 50 grams of sugar. And I did the math for her, you guys. She was just in those 2 beverages, she was ingesting 10 pounds of sugar a month.
Oh my gosh.
10 pounds. You know what a pound of sugar looks like a month. And that was before food. So that's even more important that we just are aware, because she was blown away. She had literally no idea. None. So it's great, Wendy. I love that. I think that's a great thing for you.
Well, and plus there's an online thing I've been watching all about Alzheimer's. Because we're trying to watch some things with my mom and her decreasing cognitive abilities. And that's like, well, one of the basic things that they talk about, preventative, because there is no drug that can prevent or stop Alzheimer's. They can slow it, but there's the preventative happens early, and a big part of it is your diet.
It's inflammation. Absolutely. Brain inflammation.
Sugar.
Yep.
Mindset, stress, cortisol, all that stuff.
I'll send you a video on that. That's why I continue to take that turmeric, that liquid turmeric, because it's it's globally anti-inflammatory. So I'll send you that video. It's fantastic.
Well, for other, I send it me, but everybody can see it because
yeah. Oh yeah, I can put it in the chat too. Martha, I don't know how long we have you. I don't know. if you want to share any wins, Deb, you haven't gotten to share yet today. And just so while I have this up, Kathy said her wins are Kathy's wins. She bundled up and went on a 3.5-mile walk today, even in the cold. I've reached 10,000 steps goal 6 out of 7 days this week. And I listened to the recording of Monday night's call. I'm going to add planks to my daily routine for something new. Wow. I've had trouble sleeping, but I think it's anxiousness for Bob's surgery Monday. So wish her well. Yeah, she's going to take Fuelings to the hospital, so she's prepared.
Cool. Cool.
So that was a great share. Yeah. I so appreciated the Fuelings and that I took to Mayo. I didn't take enough. It was 2 days and I ended up being 6, but I was counting what I had and I was making my plan. And for the days that I knew I was going to be there. And don't you know, here's my discovery. Hi, Martha. Here's my aha moment was that I had some tuna packets, those tuna packets, and I substitute those for a Fueling with my veggies and things for a meal. And don't you know, I was hungry in an hour and a half. And those Fuelings last me a good 3 hours. And I was like, this sucks. I was literally hungry in an hour and a half, like hungry. Like I need to eat. And I now I really know clearly how satiating they are. Does that make sense? It was just like, it was night and day. So I can't say enough about it. And my real, my confession to you guys, my husband kind of brought this out to me. He's like, are you going to stop eating so many Fuelings every day? Are you going to go back to doing making your own ever? I kind of haven't stopped using like 4 a day because they're so stinking convenient.
That's it. Why are you spending your time is so much more valuable than spending it in the kitchen?
It's been 2 years, confession time, since I've made my pumpkin smoothies. 2 years. Because I mean, it's so much easier to eat mac and cheese, which I love for breakfast.
But are you getting your vegetables?
What?
Oh,
are you getting enough vegetables and all of that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I do. I don't eat just that, but I have all my, I eat my calories that I'm supposed to be eating. I eat pumpkin puree and all my veggies and all my extra protein and all that. I mean, but yet it's just so as a kind of a staple, I have other food around it, of course, but
I still always keep them in my car.
I know.
I was going to say, I can guarantee you, if you open Amy's refrigerator, it bleeds green. A little bit of red and orange in there, but it bleeds vegetables.
Yeah. Oh, I eat
a lot. It's almost like if you want to put something else in there, the refrigerator itself goes, you don't belong here.
Yeah, I know you're a sore thumb. Yeah, I eat a lot, but I had to confess to you guys because they say that I'll eat 3 a day or 2 a day for life. I'm like, I gotta stop eating 4 a day. Anyway, but Deb, you didn't get a chance, or Martha, you didn't get a chance to share yet. Deb, what's your win this week, hon?
Well, in the last 2 weeks, I've lost 2 pounds.
Yay.
Of what I gained back. So Mary, you're right. It comes off so slowly. And it can be discouraging, but it's in the right direction. I just keep saying it's going the right direction.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's great.
That was good.
That is great. Yeah, it feels really good. And what has been you've learned in the last couple weeks? Anything you've learned?
That I may be on the 5 and 1 for the rest of my life. Yeah, I think so. It's safe there. It's safe.
It's safe. Oh, it's safe there. Yes. Yes.
Maybe it's less work to do in the kitchen.
Well, right now it feels unsafe to your amygdala because you haven't you had a slip. But
yeah,
in the future, when you get where you want to be and you transition properly and gently and easily, then that fear will go away eventually. You don't want to
And so then I'll be on 4.
Yeah,
With you.
because I don't want to spend 4 hours in the kitchen anymore. But anyways, I
Yeah.
still do. I eat, trust me, I eat plenty of food. I eat lots. But yeah, you'll get there, and that's just part of that mindset piece, right? You guys, right, Mary and Margot? It's part of that. It's part of that. It took me safely 2 years to trust that I didn't have to get on that scale and monitor, to trust that this was actually working. It took me a good 2 years to let go of the fear. And at least 2 years. So I kept looking back going, this is really working? Like, I'm really maintaining this. This is really happening. And I hadn't even done the 5-1 yet, and it was working. So it'll be okay. You'll get there. But thanks for sharing, Deb. Did you get anything out of Monday, or did you watch that one yet?
I listened to it after the fact, and people have commented on things that I recalled. So of course I was in the car, so I couldn't take notes.
That's okay.
Yes, and then excitement for what's coming.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
That was great. Yeah.
How many
Look
times
forward to
did
that.
the waffle mix was his favorite? But
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I really appreciated the look at the past, the look at the present, and the look at the future, and the acknowledgement and nod to, we have to help people stay at after the after better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was clear, because then they're putting the now what's, the now whaters, the GLP-1ers, the now whaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GLP-1ers are now whaters, because they're like, no one told me what to do, you know. Now what, right? That this is going to be perfect for them. It's going to be absolutely perfect for them. And even though they've lost weight, I wanted to bawl. I talked to a gal yesterday. She sells GLP-1s, or not last week. She sells GLP-1s. She's been using them. She eats 1 meal a day, and it's crap. And I said, I'm sorry, are you concerned at all about your nutrient density? Do you know much about muscle loss with this situation? No, she didn't know. She wasn't concerned. I said, do you think that's enough calories in a day? Do you think you're getting the nutrients your body needs to be healthy? Oh, probably not. And I don't have time to walk, right? I just wanted to bawl. Absolutely wanted to bawl. I clueless.
Yeah.
Clueless. Mary, Martha, tell what's going on with you. Wins, learns. So glad you're here.
Thank you. So my win was this past weekend. I spent time away from my home, and I went up to Grand Marais, which is at the border of Canada and Minnesota.
Beautiful.
Yep. And the actual win was I was able to hike with my friends 2 days in a row, and each hike was 3 to 6 miles, and I didn't stop. So what does that mean?
Wow.
So in the past, when this group of friends drags me to hiking, and I say drag in a horrible way, I usually walk a mile halfway up the hill, and then I find a nice spot. I always bring a backpack, and I bring things to do, and I sit down, and they continue, and they hike for hours and hours. And then when they come back down the hill, then they pick me up, and I walk the rest of the way. So that's been the process for the last 5 years. And this time, for the first time, I went with them, and at the platform mark, they all looked at me, and I'm like, I'm good, keep going.
Wow.
I stayed
Wow.
with them to the top, and I came back down. And when I didn't even look at my watch because I was afraid, right? It wasn't until the bottom of the hill I looked at my watch, and on the first day it said 4.5 miles, and I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" So that was
Awesome.
definitely my win.
Yay.
It's
Yay.
big.
Wow.
Thank you. And then my learn is, I think, Amy, you said, hey, we need to tell our story more, right? Like we should all share our story more. So I decided, okay, well, I'm going to prepare for that because that's what I do. I prepare. And I looked a year ago. I went into my phone and I said, why don't I just grab a bunch of photos from a year ago and then I can compare them to today, right? Okay, one thing I learned is that our minds play tricks on us and we don't think we were what we were. Like, oh, I'm barely different than I was before. So what I learned is back a year ago, I wasn't taking photos of myself. It was hard to find photos of myself because apparently I had some kind of complex of what I look like. But I didn't think of that at the time. I just thought, oh, I had these great experiences. I was taking a million photos, but almost none of me. And I found 4, and the 4 I found, I looked at them and I was like, wait a second, that doesn't even look like me. Like, that's not what I look like. In my head, I didn't look like that. And so when I compared them to the photos I took this weekend, it was like, what is happening right now? Like, let me see. I think I can do it. I'll try to upload here. It was honestly, it really hit me hard because
Oh, exciting.
you know, the lies we tell ourselves.
The warped sense of what you actually looked like.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't even realize.
I had the same thing.
It's hard to find pictures of myself and my years. I have hundreds of pictures, but not only a few of me.
And now you have hundreds of them.
Yeah, now like I'm just, I always make sure I'm in the picture.
That's funny.
Yeah, Roxy's like, wait, let's set the timer so I can get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had lots of pictures, but my bottom half, because that's where I carried my weight, from the waist down, all of I never had a full body shot. Or I was trying to do the sideways pose and all these weird, awkward things to make myself look better if there was a photo. And now I go, oh, geez, I was making it worse.
Some ladies do that, like the fish mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember looking at before and afters, and I wrote a post on it scolding my friends and my previous bosses because I looked at my befores and I saw myself every day. So I really didn't see myself. And when I looked at those pictures, I went, how could my friends, family, coworkers look at me and not shake me up and say, Margot, you're in trouble. You need to do something. But when I talked to them about it, it was like, I never saw you that way. I saw the inside of you. I saw who you were. I saw you every day. I didn't see what you're seeing when you look at this picture. And I think that's true for a lot of us, where when we're in sometimes our worst state, again, it's because it comes over time and it's gradual. And you see yourself every day. So you don't notice it as much till you look at it through different eyes. And then you go, oh my gosh, how did this occur?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. Can you show us? Are you getting it, Martha?
Yes, I have the bad ones uploaded. Now I'm trying to upload the good ones because I don't want to show you the bad ones without the good ones.
I had the same experience, Margot, with my pictures from 14 years ago of me rock climbing out with I don't know if you saw that rock climbing thing, but I was wearing a size 14 in my other pictures in that trip. And I was like, wow, you just have no idea You don't, and
Yeah.
I think denial is a way to protect our little Amy's in there. Cause if we don't see and we don't hear, we're blind, then we don't get upset. Right. So, and I think that's what happens all the time. Denial is a protection mechanism for us. Busyness is protection mechanism. Denial is protection. It's all about safety and security. That's what I learned in my class, is that we're all running around ragged like busyitis, and we all have this, these denial glasses on. And it's because if we were to see the truth, or if we were to just slow down and stop, we think we would die, because we think we're not feeling secure, right? And we're doing these things to feel secure and safe, but it's really not. We're really not.
All right. Did they come up for you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome
That's a great
pictures.
change.
Well done, Martha.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. It was honestly scary to see the photo, because I was like, oh my God, I don't even know who that person is.
Well, look at the person. Oh, that is so awesome. Oh,
Now,
no.
why can't I see it?
In the comment.
It's in the
chats,
chat.
in the
You have to go to
chats.
the chat.
Oh, Martha, I see what you're saying. Oh my goodness. Yes, I see what you're saying. Wow, look at you, girl. Look at you.
And I'm
That
at the top of the mountain, right? It's almost ironic.
Mary, you know how that feels, right?
Well, and nobody else understands. They go, 4.5 miles. We're not talking flat miles. Elevation kills. If
Yeah.
nobody's done elevation, they don't appreciate how you fight to get up that mountain. And look at your legs.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. Compare my legs up at the first picture to the legs at the bottom.
You are strong. Good for you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Mary knows. Mountain climber Mary knows. Wow. Congratulations. That is
It's
so fantastic.
amazing.
Very inspirational.
Absolutely.
But again, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys, because again, I love this platform where we just encourage each other to keep going and to do the things that we all forget to do, right?
Right.
I love that
Yeah.
you talk about logging, and sometimes you have to log things to remind yourself. And if it wasn't for you saying, hey, tell your story, I wouldn't have gone back to look. And it really just like,
Wow.
oh, okay, I better look.
Yeah.
What got you to that place right before, like a year ago?
Honestly, for me personally, it was my body was in physical pain. And I was trying to avoid the pain, right? Everything was achy, everything. Like I could just be talking to you right here on a Zoom and my arm would be hurting. And so I wasn't doing anything. And so I was trying to figure out, how do I make this pain better? And I tried to do what most people do. I ran to the doctor and I'm like, clearly there's something wrong with me because I'm in pain. And the doctor's like, well, you could take this pill. And I was like, well, I don't want to take that pill. I just want you to fix the problem.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you're super inflamed. That's why you're in pain. And I was like, is there any other solution to that? And they're like, well, if you lost a little weight, that could help. And that was the moment that I was like, bye, I'm not taking your pill. I'm going to do this other thing.
And
Good for you. Good for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's a
And-
shame you had to push them to get them to tell you that.
And
Why
in the
don't-
Exactly.
process-
Yes.
in the process, what did you learn? And then what's the pleasure at the end? The pleasure is the aha moment, right?
Yep.
What was the process like for you? You are a very goal setter. I see your BHAG calendar in the back. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did you learn in that process? You needed support. You needed
Yep.
encouragement. What I'm putting words in your mouth.
Yeah, no, those are all real things. I do love the support. Like a lot of people dismiss a gathering like this. They don't think this is valuable. They're like, I'm not in a support group. I don't need that. And it's not about that. It's about sharing, like you said, sharing the win. And it'll get you to the next week where you might have a different win or not. Or when you forget to take your fuelings, or you thought only 2 days and it was 6 days. And you're like, okay, how do I pivot? How do I pivot? And I loved that last week while you were on the phone, kind of on the fly, everybody's like, hey, maybe you should use the stairwell. And you're like, the stairwell, it's right in front of me, and I ignored it. It's not like, oh, I'm in a support group and I'm an addict. It's not like that. It's better than that.
Yeah.
And so what I learned along the way is surround yourself with good people. That's number one. Stay the course. Even kind of, I think Margot said, if you fall off for 1 minute, come back even more focused instead of throwing it in the garbage and say, I fell off, I'm off, I'm just not going back. Don't do that. Just, okay, we all slow down for whatever reason. We all go off the track, and then just get back on the track as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I talked a lot. Sorry.
No,
Good.
I loved
That was
it. It
the
was
right thing to
wonderful.
hear.
That's why we're here. We want to hear. We need to hear. We need that support. Oh my goodness. I downloaded your pictures, Martha. I'll put together before and after for you so you can have it.
I was just trying to do that too, because most of all, look at the pictures, see the difference in your face. You have
Yes.
pain or you have joy.
Yeah.
Yes. Joy.
Your face shows joy and accomplishment. The first face is shame and pain.
Oh. Yes.
Thank you for
Wow.
saying that out loud. I appreciate that. I am grateful.
Yep.
Joy.
That's what it's all about. I'll have
it's
to send you some of my shameful photos with my afters, and it's the same thing. So, woo! And I have a mountain climbing sister. Woo!
Yay!
Uh,
I zoom in on those after pictures and your smile is bigger than life.
Awesome.
It's just
Thank you.
joy. Mary, you hit it. You hit it. Totally. Margot, do you have a closing for today?
of course. And I apologize because I always try to send out the inspirations in the last couple weeks. I've been having trouble with my computer. But I think we got it solved finally yesterday, so I'll try and catch up and get these out to everybody. But today, again, ironically, it's learn and grow. I accept my past as an important part of my present self. Your past is part of the richness and fullness of life. Without your past and all of its mistakes, you wouldn't be here today. Lifelong learning is a key to personal and intellectual growth. Change is a constant in life. Embrace it and see it as an opportunity for growth and new experiences. Think of what you've achieved throughout this journey. Acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Celebrating milestones along the way boosts your motivation and confidence.
Thank you so much. Please send. Please send.
Yeah, I will. Now that I can, I will.
So
Love and
Margot,
appreciate you
how
all.
do you send those? Do you send them?
I send them through email as an attachment.
Okay. Can you just
Yeah.
double check and make sure that I'm on your list?
I will, Deb, and if not, I'll text you and
Okay.
have you
Thanks.
get me your email. Yeah, we'll do.
Yep. Keep caring and sharing, guys. The secret sauce is in the community and the teaching and leading others, right? Whether you're officially coaching or not, it's all good for you. It's all upside for you. So keep teaching and leading.
Well, and if I can share one thing real quick, because it just one of my clients that's been on for a while told me that they went to the Sunday football game and they were, of course, at a sport bar, and not even thinking, everybody was ordering burgers and all of that. And she ordered a burger, no fries, but she ordered a burger, and it came, and she immediately took the bun off and just went with the meat and the lettuce and the tomato. And the people at the table were going, "What are you doing?" And she put a little bit of ketchup on it. And they said, "What are you doing?" And she said, what do you mean, what am I doing? Well, why did you take the bun off? And she said, because I want to be healthy and I don't need that bun. She said, I want that burger.
That's great.
And she said she did it without even thinking about it. She just automatically took the bun off and ate it. It was a no-brainer. So I told her I was really proud of her.
Yay.
Bye.
Yes.
Macro habits stick, guys. Absolutely. Keep doing it. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Love
Have
you
a
guys.
great day. Bye.
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 Bye.